And so, my fellow countrymen, we shall never forget the sacrifices of one man. As this game ends, we look to Soseki Natsume and his sacrifice in becoming a cat. For he has done all he can to become a cat. And truth is, he was always Wagahai. Hello, everybody! My name is Manakyn, and the light is on behind me, isn't it? How are you all doing today? I don't know if we will finish the game today. I suspect we will not, because all of these games always take forever in the last trial. But, you know, that's just how it works. You felt that shovel? Oh, hello, Dumbball! It has been so long! I hope you are well. Hello, Randy! Hello, Endigo! Hello, Nana! Hello, Bowser Jr. Hello, Raphotron 2000. Hello, Arcane Bolt. Why are you here? Your job is to show up at the very end and claim that you missed the entire stream and then leave. Obviously. Hello, Steamed Sams. Can you tell I am feeling better today? Because I had a great nap. For you see, it is very important to get a good night of sleep. Which I did not, I had a nap. Hello, weird creature! You found my VODs in the game recently and you really enjoy them, especially the timeline. You see, Microsoft Paint is my specialty. I am so glad you see my talents. Oh, of course you see my talents. Who wouldn't notice these talents? They're so... I am just a miraculous force of nature, obviously. How's it going, weird creature? You caught me in a situation where I've gone insane for a few moments, but thanks so much for joining us. The most talented Microsoft Painter. As said by Weird Creature, I have his endorsement, as I have the endorsement of the Queen. So, as such, we must continue to solve the mystery of the Professor. Thank you. God live the Queen. We need to figure out who killed Gregson. Oh, right. That was a person. Greg's son. Greg's son. I don't remember who Greg's son is. I'm sure it's not that important. Nintendo Direct tomorrow. Oh, quite interesting. If I happen to stream, you know I generally don't stream on Thursdays. But if I happen to stream, we might do that. Toby? I'm a dog, see? 7 a.m. Pacific, though. It will be an early stream. No, I'm not going to be up. A new Tomodachi Life? Was there an old Tomodachi Life? I don't remember the first one, to be honest. Anyway, let's see if we run into technical difficulties today. Oh, it's 6 a.m. Pacific. You wake up at 6 a.m.? Oh, man. To be honest, I've been trying to wake up earlier. I used to be a morning person. I have not been waking up early enough lately. Anyway, is it time? the 4th of November, 9:30 a.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. Oh, look at that. Oh, we are in court already. So, let us recap from last time. First of all, Strongheart is currently our judge, so it's already over. We couldn't convict Iris of her petty, well, I suppose it's more than her criminal syndicates. And we now can't convict Strongheart. So, we give up. But there are a few things. First of all, we did investigate. His name is Jigoku's cabin. And we found an evacuation drill itinerary. We found Gregson's pocket watch crown. We found a telegram from Japan. Well, I suppose we didn't find that one there. We actually asked Herlock Sholmes for that. And we also found Jigoku. And Jigoku will now testify, who I believe is the murderer of Gregson. But it could be Kazuma Asogi. So I suspect we will need to prove that Kazuma Asogi is in fact innocent. And there will be a lot of interesting testimony. I don't know who's coming in. Oh, hello, my beautiful. My goodness. So let me know when your mother gets out of jail, and maybe the three of us could go for some chocolate. So, how long have you two ladies known each other? So, we also learned that Sholmes is the smartest person alive, but he's also really dumb. Redheads are his kryptonite. No, I think 4 pounds is his kryptonite. His kryptonite is rent. Am I simping from recap with Maria? That wasn't a simp. I was just stating the fact that she is beautiful and gorgeous, and she deserves love from someone like me. He's still in debt of $20. That's why he's constantly looking for rent money. All right. I think you guys can hear this. Not that there's much sound right now, but wait, hold on. Yeah, you can hear this. Okay. 4 pounds is 4 pounds, and cake is cake, Mikotoba. Manifesting a Maria for me. I can fix her. I can fix her. Thank you. Hey, how's it going? Put away. Cake is cake. Before we begin today, I have a brief announcement. Pound cake. Oh no! Their greatest weakness. That should do. I'm trying to make it so the microphone doesn't take up too much of the camera space, but at the same time we get good audio, so. As with the closed trial 10 years ago, some astonishing facts have come to light in these proceedings. The revelation that the well-known Reaper is actually an organization illegally executing its own brand of justice. Oh, just fine, thanks. And the discovery that a respected yard inspector was at its heart until he himself perished in an assassination plot. Well, I say to all members of the judiciary present on this occasion that we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Counsels, you will undertake this trial with the resolve, he said the thing, to pursue the truth to the bitter end. Resolve. Yes, that's the name of the game. I wonder if Kazuma has his own blue text going on right now, but it's not showing on the screen. My lord, if I may inquire, the defendant may speak. Kazuma doesn't have thoughts. On what grounds is Kazuma Asogi permitted to continue his role as prosecutor? He was very mean to me. He has admitted to colluding with the victim in a plot to assassinate an innocent man. The ellipses is his blue text. His thoughts are no thoughts. If he did it with me, he'd be like, I plan to fight with resolve. And then meanwhile, Kazuma, wow, Ryunosuke's lips are beautiful. You've written novellas about Kazuma's blue. Oh no. This is truly... I believe that as lawyers, this will truly be our Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yeah! He shouldn't be enjoying the privilege of freedom, let alone be leading the prosecution. I submitted a written petition to Lord Strongheart. This man should be in jail. Well, actually, Strongheart said it was okay, so... You generally feel like the kid who's been absent and doesn't know what's going on. It's okay. I've been here this whole time, and I also don't know what's going on. Someone was behind the Hoyo boycott. I requested that judgment of my transgressions be delayed by 1 day. You did. What? In today's proceedings, I intend to expose everything. My whole life for the last 10 years. It's been leading up to this 1 day. Kazuma. Whatever the outcome of this trial, I give my word that I will accept whatever punishment is deemed appropriate, however severe. And I suggest you prepare yourself for the same, Reaper. No. Curses foiled again! Kazuma is bristling with hostility today. I get the distinct impression we're heading into very dangerous territory. Is that really even Kazuma-sama standing before us? As an extreme exception to normal practices, which I have the luxury of doing because I sit on the top, I'm the boss, I have granted this prosecutor's request. The defense finds this acceptable, I presume. No, Your Honor. Curses foiled again! Yes, my lord. Whatever you say, my lord. God damn it. In that case, In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We resume the closed hearing of Barack Obama Van Zakes. Oh, how's it going, Randy? Did I say hi to Randy? Well, anyway. Yeah, I got my stabbing license. The defense is ready, my lord. The prosecution is more than ready. Very well, then. This preamble has taken long enough. That was mostly your fault, my lord. You talk very slowly. Prosecutor Asogi begin. As you wish, my lord. Prosecution calls the first witness. Bring Seishiro Jigoku into the courtroom. I mean, I didn't realize Strongheart would have such a strong presence in the final trial. At last, we've reached the final battle. He's putting literally everything on the line now in order to get the truth. And so will I! Come on, Ryunosuke. It's time for that steely resolve. Because this is gonna test it to the limit. Witness, state your name and occupation. Huh. So... Oh, wait. This guy's Japanese. So... It was you who issued this, was it? Your subpoena? I did what was necessary. Ah! Well, look what the young man has become. I didn't think I'd see the day when you take that tone with me, I must say. The witness will ensure his responses are pertinent to the questions asked. My name is Seishiro Jigoku, a Supreme Court judge from the Empire of Japan. 16 years ago, this man came to London as a visiting student. 6 years later, he returned to Japan. As well as presiding over the Supreme Court, he's also currently Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. I am, of course, fully aware of Mr. Jigoku and his preeminent roles. I have personally invited him to the International Forensic Scientific Symposium as a representative of the country. Unfortunately, that symposium seems to have been delayed to next week. I also hear he played a key role in the conclusion of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. It was a great honor to be involved in negotiations. I put my all in that treaty. Judge Jigoku, I must ask. Well, I never fancy the young murdering student turning up here of all Jigoku, you gonna die. You gonna die in this courtroom today. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh boy, we gonna get Susato to beat your ass. Because Naruhodo is a frail little boy. But Susato is gonna whoop ya. You acquitted me yourself, sir. And now I'm a practicing defense lawyer. He's gonna become a real murdering student. Yes, and full of self-importance, like your friend across the courtroom, I see. You came here to London by invitation of the International Forensic Science Symposium. But then, without informing anyone, you took flight to France. Actually, I took a boat to France. No, like, you took flight to... No. I took a boat. A boat is on the water. Yeah, yes, you took boat to France. Took flight. I have to object to that. Wait, does he actually make that joke? Then explain. What exactly were the circumstances? Well, I was somewhat expecting this, and I am sorry to say, I decline to comment. Curses foiled again. Well, darn! Well done! Alright, let's go home, everyone. Leaving the country prematurely when I was invited guest may be questionable etiquette, but my decision is unrelated to the case. I cannot be bound to testify. Unrelated, you say? Kazuma, say nah or something, come on. I appreciate that a respected police inspector has been killed, for which I offer my condolences. However, being an alien from from Japan, I obviously never met man, nor do I know first thing about him. As such, I am in no position to testify. As simple as that. So you would run from all this? Alright, I'm ready to beat his ass. I beg your pardon. You think I would not beat your ass? Boy, don't underestimate Susato. This case is more far-reaching than the murder of Inspector Gregson. It has ties to another murder, a case that was tried in Japan almost 10 years ago. A year in Japan. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson. You mean? That's right! And you did, Judge Jigoku. And you, Judge Jigoku, are at the heart of both cases. Susato would body Seishiro. Oh, it's even worse, right? They would never find his corpse. Iris, I'm finished with him. Get rid of the body. Oh, of course, Susie. They'll never find it. The defense has evidence to prove it. Well, Ryunosuke, I see from the look in your eyes that your resolve... I said the thing again, didn't I? To carry this case through to the very end. Let's see your evidence then. What proof do you have that Seishiro Jigoku is involved in this case? I mean, we have this. That was Gregson's pocket watch. let's make sure. Let's make sure we go over all the evidence. It's got to be this, right?
Take that!
What on earth is that? This piece of evidence is a welcome present to the courthouse with the compliments of... You have a full grasp of British court etiquette, counsel. That's the extent of your resolve. You disappoint me, Ryunosuke. No. Okay, look, hear me out, okay? That is literally a part of Gregson's pocket watch. It proves that they did... You know what? Forget it. Forget it. Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I'm just dumb, okay? That's a good way to start the stream. Stand tall, Mr. Naruhodo. That was a minor blow. Having your best friend tell you he's disappointed really hurts. But of course, we have evidence that ties Jigoku to the case. Evidence showing a few key names, even. Good. There's still plenty of fight in your eyes. Let's see your evidence. What proof do you... Okay, so they wanted this and not this. Okay, we were 10 steps ahead, okay? It's not that I'm dumb. I'm too smart for them. I have to dumb down my logic in order to talk to the peasantry, okay?
Take that!
This is a telegram detailing a communication sent between Britain and Japan approximately 1 year ago. The communication contained 4 names: Kasogi, Ashin, Gregson, and Dwilson. You little... Meanwhile, the judge in the gallery... Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I thought I told you not to present government secrets. I'm sorry, Judge. I promise this is the last time. You said that 6 times ago. This is the last time for sure. Hey, how's it going, Balrog? Did you get that? In Tokyo, from your office, Judge Jigoku. How on earth did you... What's this all about? Why is my name on that list? This list of 4 names contains a certain pattern. Gregson and Wilson are the names of victims. Kasogi and Asian are the names of assassins. No. A year ago in Tokyo, Dr. John H. Wilson's life was taken in a Western-style restaurant in the capital. Man, this has been building up to this final case ever since John Wilson was eating steak. Okay, wait. Look, this is the first case is relevant. That's crazy. Because do you know what the first case of the original Ace Attorney was? It was the Thinker statue, which someone used to hit on their heads. Oh, but oh my god, she's beautiful. I mean, the culprit was found to be a visiting student who went by the name of Jezail Brett. But her real name was Asa Shin, a professional killer sent on a mission to kill from Great Britain. Asian and her victim, Dwilson. And the murder took place here in London was the counterpart. An assassin from Japan. Also a visiting student, Kosogi. Whose victim was the British police inspector Tobias Gregson. Kosogi and Tregson. One assassin from each country to kill a target residing in the other. What exactly is the defense suggesting? These two cases of murder. One took place in Britain, one took place in Japan. Were masterminded by a pair of individuals from each country as a form of assassin exchange. And the telegram the defense acquired is proof of this international contract to kill. What? Hey guys, in the chat, let's stick to Ace Attorney and not Dead Cells, okay? The telegram found in your office, Judge Jigoku. In other words, the mastermind in Japan was you. Oh, you're not so happy now. You could talk about Gregson's dead. Sure. Well, regardless, let's try not to get the chat so off topic because it like turns a lot of people off from chatting, and I want like people to, I want people to actually feel comfortable chatting about, you know, the game and not something off topic. Looks like Jigoku ain't so happy right now. Judge Jigoku, what's all this about? You, Kazuma, you lied. During yesterday's proceedings, you acknowledged that you accepted the assassination mission. But the mark wasn't Judge Jigoku at all. Okay, I cannot believe I remember this. But Kazuma is about to say, "Nah-uh, I didn't lie, I just kinda didn't say everything. I said I was going there to kill somebody. I never said that somebody was Judge Jigoku." It was T. Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard. As shown by the name of the killing contract. Very impressive, Ryunosuke. But actually, I didn't. No! You can't do that, Kazuma! Well, actually, I didn't lie. You assumed something and I just didn't correct you. Okay, frickin'. Frick you. Actually, Ryunosuke, I didn't say Simon. That head injury. I know, right? He's like a completely different piece of crap. Freaking. Well, actually. Oh, he does have brain damage. Oh, I mean, probably. The name of the target I ordered to kill never passed my lips yesterday. The idea that Seishiro Jigoku was the mark came entirely from you. Man, if this ain't some toxic, gaslighting boyfriend relationship, oh my freaking god. Actually, I never said I didn't want fries. You just assumed that I didn't want fries. So really, this is your fault. Oh my god. He had brain damage and memory loss. I mean, but this isn't memory loss. It's just him being a jerk. You deliberately avoided saying a name. The defense claims these 4 names indicate some sort of international assassin exchange. Lord Strongheart, literally one of the people's names is Assassin, so I'm sure I speak for all present when I say the very idea seems utterly absurd. Well, Mr. Jigoku, what do you have to say for yourself? Looks like the judge is on the other side of the podium. Oh. His silence only goes to prove his guilt. There's another very important point that this new development brings to light. Now there is a distinct possibility that the scene of Inspector Gregson's actual murder was in the witness's cabin aboard the SS Groose. Judge Jigoku, you have to testify now. To refuse would put you in contempt of court. Oh? Oh? There's no need for quite such a vicious stare, young man. Very well. As a parting gift to you all, I tell you everything. You imagine Strongheart just eating a basket of muffins. He's like, yeah, he probably just doesn't care. He's just like, yes, you go on now. I'm going to have a scone. It seems this Japanese gentleman has information that the court must hear about the alleged assassin exchange and the events of the night of October 31st. Present your formal testimony now. As you wish, my lord. You know what I'm just realizing? I love the idea that 3 Japanese students came to Britain. And 2 of them got wrapped up in an international conspiracy. Meanwhile, Mikotoba and Sholmes are just dancing on top of corpses and going like, "What do you think, Mikotoba? Ha! Well, I can see the answer." They're out there having a grand old time while these two are like wrapped up in government conspiracy. Show's doing the full on. What are you doing there, Sholmes? I am teabagging the corpse. They just want to have a good time. Just avoiding drama. Mikotoba chose the good British person. Mikotoba actually has dancing skills. I know, man. We now understand how he got all that cake. I wish, man. Oh, right. I mean, I guess they're not half sisters, huh? I mean, he might as well have had. I mean, let's be real here. Mikotoba has like illegitimate children all across Britain right now. It is true that Kazuma Asoki was assigned to assassination mission 1 year ago. The target was Inspector Gregson. That was the condition of the British study tour. However, in the end, something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission. On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin. If there had been shot fire, crew would have heard. So clearly I cannot be involved. Yeah, but you paid Chicken Stroganoff, man. You paid him off. As a tap dancer, you wish you had that much riz. He has a lot of riz. Like when he does that and then he like holds his he bows his hat. Do you think Eugen used to babysit Maria? As a former academic student who worked with an advisor, the answer is absolutely yes. I used to babysit for my professor as well. Well, not really babysit. Like, she would bring her kid to the lab and I'd need to entertain her. So you admit it then, as this communication suggests. This really was an assassin exchange experiment arrangement between Britain and Japan. Political endeavor at the highest level. Not something I can discuss here. To use such a worthy practice as a foreign study, to coerce someone to commit murder, is the most appalling thing I've ever heard. Appalling? Well, it is easy to judge. I would know I am one. Pardon? Asoki had a reason for taking his sword to the British inspector, you know. What? Which is why he accepted the mission in the first place. Isn't that right, Counsel? Kazuma-sama? Judge Jigoku, if you're the mastermind behind this operation, and tell the court the identity of your counterpart in Britain. Oh, buts. I am not obliged to divulge that information, even though I'm pretty sure everyone here knows it is Strongheart. Oh, we actually thought it was Iris. Wait, you suspected the girl? Yes, she's an evil mastermind! As I said yesterday, I've killed nobody. I freely admit that I accepted the mission, but on the night the plan was to be executed, I backed out. In short, the assassin exchange that the defense has identified is unrelated to these events. The crucial point is, your police inspector cannot have perished aboard the steamship in Dunkirk. Because if he had been shot, it is inconceivable that a member of the crew wouldn't have heard. That's right. Gregson was killed after returning to London, in the room on Fresno Street. And the perpetrator of the crime was the Reaper, Barack Obama Van Zeeks. Thanks, Obama. The prosecution's accusation remains unchanged. To think that a seemingly innocent foreign exchange program was a facade for such Machiavellian dealing. Oh my God, Strongheart. Oh, I would never have expected that this exchange program would be used to commit an assassination. I, for one, would never have done something like that. Never! Not once would I consider using exchange programs to kill. Frickin' Strongheart! He's 100% hamming it up. He's so, going up there, obviously, what a facade! How dare you! Strongheart, he's totally not a part of it. Totally not gaslighting us. Clearly, it's a plot. Only a government minister and a high-ranking judge, such as the... Oh my God, Strongheart! The irony is not lost on me. Definitely not evil. Well, seem to recall. Yo, Jigoku fighting back. I seem to recall it was someone on the British side who controlled everything. Someone very high-ranking. So high-ranking, they can take the place of a judge. Be that as it may, it is not the place of this court to pursue this villainous assassination exchange plot. Obviously not. Of course, I would never do something so filthy. They are 100% toxic yaoi. We are only concerned with tangible events pertaining to the murder of Inspector Gregson. Is the defense clear on that point, counsel? Yes, my lord. I'll keep that in mind. Would it be toxic or evil? Yes. All right. This one's a pretty complicated one. It's true he was assigned the mission 1 year ago. Target was Tregson. British study tour. In the end, something happened. Okay, tell us about the thing that happened.
Hold it!
I presume you're referring to the incident that occurred during Kazuma's passage. The awful tragedy that took place on the steamship. Word arrived at the ministry some 2 weeks after the ship's departure from shores. Visiting student had been killed, but his body somehow gone missing. News was wired to me from a detective I placed on the ship to accompany the assassin. Obviously, Kazuma didn't actually die, but he did lose his memory, including all details about the special mission. Did you not consider dispatching another assassin at that point? That wasn't possible, simply because the black-clad young student over there had already put himself forward as Asogi's replacement. Yo! So by Sholmes pushing Naruhodo in, he stops the assassin and also prevents another assassin. This is like the biggest plot twist. The ultimate plot twist was Sholmes was smart all along. That is the ultimate plot twist. Indeed, I was smart, but I troll a little from time to time. For example, this gravity device. You knew it? No. This was the plot twist. This was the ultimate plot twist that no one saw.
And there was no way to stop him from reaching Britain.
Yeah, oh.
My hands were completely tied.
So Mr. Sholmes' strategy worked out. Sholmes is also the first person to have blue hair in Pro. That is actually true. He predicted everything that would happen. Am I the only one who saw? No, because he's an idiot. He's a complete freaking moron. He believes in gravity devices. He cannot pay the rent. He relies on his own child to pay the rent for him. Damn, if that ain't the opposite of child support. Great detectives are wont to troll. Months later, my memory returned. But I never intended to go through with the assassination.
So you were playing me right from the outset, were you? Is that it?
I'd sooner be guilty of that crime than taking someone else's life. Because every single dance of deduction, he first says the correct thing in a vague way, only to veer off to crazy land. No, it's just because he's crazy. It's just because he's an idiot. Get out of here. You have an allergy to BS? Well, then you should just be allergic to Mr. Sholmes in general. Hello, Sholmes, ace troll. My man here is getting child support from his own child, okay? Mikoto.
Don't do it, Sholmes! You could die!
But I need to activate my brain! I was prepared to do whatever I had to in order to get here to Britain.
This line of questioning has gone on long enough.
Child support? Child support is when your child supports you, obviously.
All the court should be concerned about in the testimony given by this witness are details relating to his recent relationship with the Inspector Gregson and the victim's murder. In that case, as I've already made perfectly clear, I had no connection to the man.
And you did have some means of substantiating this play. Oh,
You have some means of substantiating this play.
A crew member was outside on your cabin at all times. If there had been a shot fired, it would have been heard.
Actually...
Hold it!
Outside your cabin in the first class area, you mean?
Yes, that's right. Not least because there was a murder of a student passenger earlier this year, I imagine. The liner operation have taken posting a crew outside of every first cabin door. I can confirm the presence of a crewman guard myself.
What do you mean?
Because I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk and witnessed it with my own eyes. There was a chicken. A well-built crewman standing guard directly in the front of the door. I didn't like him. I don't know why. I also don't like chicken for some reason. At that particular time, of course, I had gone to ship's dining room for dinner. The inspector and I asked the crewman to allow us into the cabin while we waited for Judge Jigoku's return.
Wait, Kazuma, why are you testifying? It's not your job to testify right now. I suppose Inspector Gregson was there in his capacity as the Reaper. He was intending to take the witness's life.
Exactly. As I've said numerous times, I had no intention of killing anyone.
So the crewmen let 2 potential assassins into the cabin? Not the most convincing of centuries, really.
In truth, those were my thoughts too. But anyway, I stayed to talk with Inspector Gregson for a short while. And then I left him there and made my way off the ship alone.
Was the guard still at the door when you went?
Yes. He glared at me as I walked past. You see, that proves it.
If there had been a shot fired on the evening... Let me take a quick bathroom break, and then we will solve this case. Give me a moment. You gotta go. Thanks so much for coming, weird creature. Hopefully you can come next time too. Hello, everybody. This is the best cross-examination theme. This is definitely a really good one. I don't know. I have to listen to all the cross-examination themes, but I do remember. I do have a soft spot for the one at the for the very first one. You know, that goes dun 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 dun, and then when it goes like when it starts going, yeah. So I have a soft spot for that one because that one's the first one, and everyone knows it's very difficult to beat the class. Anyway. Ace Attorney soundtrack. Dun 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 dun. There was a crew member outside your cabin at all times. Are you sure about that?
Objection.
Yes, as the court heard, there was a crewman posted outside of Judge Jigoku's cabin. However, can we be sure that, to the contrary to the witness's claim, the guard wasn't there at all times? What? Honestly, I'm mostly here for cosmetics right now. I have a notice of a particular event that was scheduled to take place on the 31st. Where did you get that? It's actually evidence gathered by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. So, apparently, he's actually not that dumb. What? That's not the information I was given. You were acquainted yesterday, if you remember. Look, Sholmes again. Meanwhile, in a foreign country. Look! So! I like to imagine he just randomly yells that out, just randomly he'll be like eating dinner, and he'll be like, "Ooh, I like this steak. This steak is so." According to this itinerary, after leaving the port of Dunkirk at exactly 10 p.m. for a period of 20 minutes, all crewmen on the SS Grus were to gather on deck for an evacuation drill. All crewmen were away from their posts. And during the 20-minute interval, of course, interval, any gunshots emanating from your cabin would be heard by none except the person who was shot. Which means it couldn't have been Kazuma. Because if you remember, Kazuma checked out and stayed at a hostel or something like that, right? You remembered Herlock Sholmes exists and now your day is ruined. In summary, Judge Jigoku, you had ample opportunity to commit the crime! Oh.
Objection.
Oh. A 20-minute window of opportunity? That's an excellent find, Ryunosuke. But it amounts to nothing! Why? Because the witness clearly stated in his testimony, no incident occurred in his cabin. Unless you have some decisive evidence that can show his testimony to be false. Your accusation is nothing more than conjecture. Very true. Well, counsel. Inspector Gregson was killed in Judge Jigoku's cabin that night. I'm certain of it.
because the defense has the evidence to prove it. And we rolling now! You will present the evidence for the defense at once, counsel. What proof do you have that the victim's life was taken in Jigoku's cabin on the 31st of October?
Take that!
Judge Jigoku, this was found in your cabin yesterday. What is that? The crown of a pocket watch? Yes, a pocket watch. A pocket watch! And if you will observe, the victim's pocket watch, which we know he treasured, is missing precisely that part. It can't be! Moreover, this crown is a perfect fit on the spindle protruding from the victim's watch! That's right, Kazuma, just watch and learn. Watch how a real lawyer does things. Now, the fact that this was retrieved from Judge Jigoku's cabin tells us that the victim's watch almost certainly broke there. In other words, the victim was killed on the 31st during the 20-minute evacuation drill. In the cabin occupied by you, Judge Jigoku! Oh, damn, he's pissed.
Well, you are razor sharp, aren't you? You young murderer.
Ad hominems are gonna do nothing to me, okay? Yeah, you can call me all the murderer all you want, but you see, when I went to college, there was a machine that every lecturer needed. And do you know what it was used for? Projection.
Objection!
No, projection, not objection. Expertly maneuvered, Ryunosuke. And your argument sounds entirely plausible. At first. Kazuma, we're trying to help you out here. Kazuma, we are literally trying... Kazuma? Rather like this pocket watch. It's full of cracks. Okay, no time to be freaking artistic, okay? I believe Judge Jigoku feels the same way. Full of cracks. Full of crack.
I was wrong to acquit you earlier this year.
Oh, so now he has no problem giving a false verdict just to get out. Oh, Judge Jigoku. Oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Sorry?
If I had known that would result in anyone having to listen to this drivel, I would have declared you guilty just to spare the world your ridiculous bombast.
Susato, go! Susato, I choose you!
I think it's clear that the witness will have to give further testimony. When you hear what actually happened in my cabin that night, you'll notice the pitfall in which you stumble. Prior to your renewed testimony, I would like to clarify one point. The fact that this part of the victim's watch was discovered in your cabin means that you acknowledge he was there, I presume. Yes, I do.
Very well. You may proceed to give your formal testimony about what exactly happened in your cabin aboard the ship on the evening of the 31st.
Of course, as a man of the law, who also created an assassin exchange program, I have no intention of obstructing justice.
Wasn't there an anime about assassination, like exchange? Oh, assassination classroom, or something like that. You know that anime? All I remember is there was like this yellow octopus man. That's all I remember. That's where Asashin went to school. No wonder she's so good.
I had a guest waiting for me when I returned to the cabin after finishing my evening meal in the dining room. When I walked through the door, Mustachio Englishman was there, foolishly waving a gun at me.
I mean, he is kind of mustachioed, but I mean, compared to you, I don't think you would call him mustachioed.
I soon took care of him with an ippon sioi throw.
Wait, what?
He could not wait to run away after that. I imagine his watch was broken when I threw him over my shoulder.
Damn, they're just here doing judo exercises on Inspector Gregson.
The inspector was clearly killed, having returned to Britain, because his body was found in London.
I mean, he could have just shot you. Come on, let's be real here.
Ippon sioi. Hey, common jujitsu martial arts. Jujutsu is martial arts technique in my country. I was careful not to use too much force, but the man obviously landed too heavily for his watch.
So, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I imagine you can see the flaw in your logic now, can't you? There was literally a bullet hole in the cap. What? The fact that the pocket watch was broken in the witness's cabin is in no way proving that the victim's murder took place there.
I've no doubt the inspector intended to kill me, but he didn't manage to pull the trigger.
Yes, because he was merely the tactician, not the Reaper's hand of death.
Well,
Well, the testimony appears to make perfect sense. Really? Really, guy? He literally could have gone, boop, bam, he dead. Okay, really? Really?
hey! 本当にありがとうございました!
But if his testimony holds, Judge Shigoku will be deemed to have no involvement.
Well, counsel, I see no reason for wasting precious time here on a cross-examination.
However, I have the right, and so I'm going to take it. Sorry, my lord. The defense has the right to cross-examine, and I don't intend to squander that.
You're an embarrassment to your country, not knowing when you're beaten.
Oh, Judge Jigoku, you see, there's something called projection. It's like, do you know what projection is? Projection means, no you, okay?
In that case,
Proceed, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alright, let's get this guy. Let's get this piece of crap. I remember when I was like, hee, Judge has funny beard. He's kind of funny. And now he pulls this crap, okay? Okay, man, I thought, oh, cool. We have a different judge. And it's this guy? It's frickin' this guy? Who the frick are you? When I walked through the door, a mustache man was there. Soon took care of it. Ippon Sioi. Okay, I imagine his watch was broken. It has nothing to do with the murder. The inspector was clearly killed having returned. Okay, I'm just gonna listen to everything.
Hold it!
Yeah, man, he was he was like the absolute scum of the earth while he was as a judge, man. Because the so-called guard you posted at your cabin door had just let your killer pass.
Apparently, Gregson told the crew he was police inspector, which was truth, of course.
He wouldn't have had his identification with him, though.
He had his trench coat and mustache, not to mention bag of chip. I imagine crewman was convinced.
But the man accompanying him would have had 2 swords slung around his waist.
You mean me?
Who else here has 2 swords slung around his waist? Well, I actually picked up 2 swords yesterday! I bought them on Temu! Thank you, Sholmes!
Yes, that's true. You would have hoped the sight of a few swords might have set off alarm bells in the guard's head.
The point is, I left the cabin before the occupant returned, and I immediately disembarked the ship.
Certainly. All I can tell you is that only Inspector was waiting for me when I arrived back in cabin.
And you entered without any inkling of suspicion.
That's right. None whatsoever. When I walked past door, man with mustache.
Hold it!
Obviously, you're talking about Inspector Gregson.
Hey! So at the time, I did not know even the man's name. And there was no time for introduction. I value my life over manner.
By which you mean, the inspector was there to assassinate you.
That was certainly the impression given by the gun, pointing in my direction. But I've never seen the muzzle of a revolver shake about so much in my life. Gregson was a loser. He was absolutely pathetic.
Oh, now we gotta beat him up for Gina, too, okay. I'm just like, my dad's not a loser! Wait, that would sound like, okay. Oh, my dad's not a loser! My dad's a winner, he's gonna beat your ass! Hey, Gina, don't say ass, that's a bad word.
Anyone would think anyone would think man had never shot someone before.
Believe it or not, most of us haven't, sir.
Anyway, no time to call for the help of crewman. I deal with man myself. Jujutsu!
Hold it!
Express swords. Even though the man had a gun, that was a very brave move.
My Ponsili is far faster than bullet, I assure you.
But surely all that commotion caused the crewman to come in.
Yes, of course. He burst in immediately without knocking. Inspector hurled himself at Snocky Fellow and managed to slip past to make escape.
The outstanding guard does it again.
Luckily, not many situation I cannot get out of using Ippon Silly.
Hold it!
The crown snapped off and the glass covering the face of the watch was cracked.
Preferable to man's head being pulled off or spine cracking, won't you say?
Not that the man was spared for long. A bullet to the chest saw to that. But the point is, the broken pocket watch doesn't prove that a murder took place.
Absolutely not! All the what proves is power of my superpower mega jujutsu throw.
Whatever you say, it doesn't quite ring true that no shot was fired in the cabin. Because there was an obvious bullet hole in the wall.
What are you talking about? That's what the star of your lowbrow detective story told you. Well, I don't care for such fiction. Haven't you worked all out yet, little stripling? No murder took place in my cabin.
Hold it!
But there's evidence that proves that the victim returned to London alive.
Just take a moment to think of idea of yours. Through now, stripling.
Wait, hold on. But there's no evidence. Oh, there's no evidence to prove that the victim returned alive.
What? If Inspector killed on steamship in France, how on earth he got back to Britain?
I don't know.
When people die, people die when they are killed. It is devil of thing.
Well, then, obviously the culprit must have moved the body.
Oh, exactly. Carrying corpse off ship in your arms would raise a few eyebrow, don't you think?
Well, yeah, sure. That,
all passenger luggage is inspected.
except for the foreign minister. I remember that.
And I would like to think that the border police would query the corpse of an English gentleman as hand luggage.
If the murder had taken place aboard the steamship, you would imagine the body would have been disposed of at sea. There would be no sense in risking being caught by attempting to transport the body back to Britain.
Let's kill that idea then.
But perhaps not. People die when they are... Mr. Sato? We've heard the first-class passengers were under constant scrutiny by crewmen posted to the guard, which would mean the culprit had no opportunity to dispose of the body at sea. Yes, that's true. So transporting the body to Britain may have been the only viable alternative.
Dear me, you are new to this, aren't you? I thought I'd be perfectly clear, but it seems I have to explain in words you can understand. I think I ought to alter my testimony, with your consent, my lord. I have no objection. State your amended testimony now.
No possible way you could have transported the corpse. I mean, there is a possible way. But let's press him first. There's an idea. Hey, how's it going, Vivi?
Think about it, stripling. All passenger and crew disembark at same time. pass through same check-at border. Symposium guests were driven straight to hotel in carriage organized by ministry.
And we met you as soon as you arrived in the hotel.
So you did. Well then, remind me, did I have my corpse over my shoulder at the time?
Actually? What? No.
So we are in agreement. I could not have possibly brought Inspector's body unless they developed some clever device to instantly move things from A to B. But nobody ever think of that. No German scientist would ever consider this an idea.
Funny you should say that. There's actually a German scientist who does think that. Hairbrain! Help us! Right, of course.
The defense has become unusually quiet, I noticed. Yes, because there is nothing more to say.
That's the side of the story.
I suppose if you think about it, whenever you drop a teacup in the office and it breaks, we don't say, Mr. Naruhodo must have been murdered there.
Wait, what? Well, I suppose if you think about it, whenever you draw a teacup in the office,
We don't say, Mr. Naruhodo must have been murdered there, do we?
I mean, but I'm also not dead. Is that a veiled threat about what might happen if I break another one?
And the fact is, Inspector Gregson's body was found in the little room in Fresno. If he really was killed in Judge Jugoku's cabin, the body would have to be moved, obviously.
Oh, the body would have been moved, obviously. Transporting a dead body over a country border? That would be impossible for a majority of people. So there must have been some special circumstances that made it possible.
That could be a vital clue. A vital realization, I think, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, here we go. There's no possible way you could have transported the victim. Oh, frick. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, wow. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm so happy you pointed that out. I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit. Oh, well, obviously, it's like, oh, well, are you going to talk? I was like, oh, well, let me think it out. Okay? We gotta invent in German. Okay. I'd guess Okay. There is no possible way you could have transported the victim's corpse. That is a lie!
Objection!
I can't believe the photo was relevant. There's no possible way you could have moved Inspector Gregson's body? I would say, nah.
You cannot nah me.
Far from being impossible. The transporting of Inspector Gregson's body back to Britain is something only you could do! What are you talking about, Ryunosuke? As well as being a judge, Mr. Jigoku is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. Which means, besides the fact that there was a random notification on my phone, he's exempt from having his luggage searched when he enters the country. Replaying this case and getting to the ending scenes where they take the photo is always happy. It gives you... Yeah, that is so true, though. Like, these types of... And especially, like, these types of, like, ending photos where they're, like... They're kind of just... No, not that. They look like family photos, too. Is like... We learned that when we first met you upon arrival in London. What a cute pic. Why is it going... Yeah, I legitimately asked that.
Uh-oh. Jigoku's wishing he hadn't told me so much.
We had all those passport checks and luggage searches at the border. Took rather a lot of time. I must say, very envious of your ministerial status. You didn't have to go through any of that. I knew you were jealous.
Ha! I presume you recall this, Judge Jigoku. It's a photograph we took in the foyer of the hotel to mark the occasion. As the court will note, you have with you a lot of junk in your trunk. Large enough, in fact, to have a corpse inside!
Mr. Naruhodo, surely you're not suggesting.
I'm afraid I am. Yes. 3 days ago, when we were chatting innocently with the new arrivals from Japan in Hollywood, in the hotel, the body of Inspector Gregson was just meters away from us, inside Judge Jigoku's trunk! It is broken. That's why it took a while to get back. Yeah, I guess you had to hide the body. And or hide the body. No, it's just hide the body.
Order in the court. I'm skeptical, counsel, that a grown man's body could fit inside even the largest trunk.
Oh, you should have seen Seishiro all pretzeled up, baby. It could. Because I happen to know that the witness... This is a good picture. Mwah. Mwah. And verifying that would be extremely simple. Wouldn't it, Judge Jigoku? Get in! Get in the box! Do it!
But inside his trunk, how horrifying.
And if we'd spoken with you after the Great Waterloo Hotel... And after we spoke with you at the Great Waterloo Hotel, you had the opportunity to visit the apparent scene on Fresno Street. Taking your trunk with you in a cab to deposit the inspector's body.
I don't have to listen to this nonsense.
Ryunosuke has personal twisting experience, that's true. Dr. Gory, the incredibly beautiful, miraculously stunning, and all-around perfect coroner who examined the body, has confirmed this possibility. She acknowledged there are signs that steps may have been taken to disguise the true time of death. The onset of body decomposition could have been delayed by storing it in a refrigerator.
Counsel!
Oh, counsel, as I remember explaining yesterday, refrigerators of the requisite size are few and far between. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are! The one place they're found is on large ocean liners. Uh-oh! Such ships are equipped with electrically refrigerated food. To keep food fresh on their... electrically refrigerated cold rooms to keep food fresh on their long, long sea voyages. And the SS Groose is no exception. Professor Mikotoba told me about it only yesterday. Well, Judge Jigoku.
I don't have to listen. No.
However much you prolong this debate, you cannot eliminate the truth. All of this evidence points to you being a killer.
Well, this is all very heartening. I can see it was wise move, letting Asogi and you embark on study tour.
What are you talking about now?
Logical reasoning, of course. All court proceeding will be built on logical reasoning in the new century.
What is it built on now?
Is it built on money? And I can see that you both laid firm foundation for that already.
It's built on Sholmes'. Oh no! Everyone who's innocent is going to jail.
Goku, please, stop diverting the attention from the issue at hand. The defense has made an accusation. How do you respond?
Respond. No need to respond.
Why ever not?
Because before you can begin to answer a question of when the victim was killed, you must first establish one key fact. Where was the victim killed? It is quite logical.
In your cabin. We already established that. The actual in the cabin! The prosecution's stance is unaltered. The killing took place on Fresno Street when the gunshot was heard. And the accused, Barack Obama Van Zieks, shot the victim at point blank.
Since no tangible evidence exists to disprove this prosecution's claim, the defense's deductions amount to little more than elaborate fairy tale. I'm afraid that's how it goes. For the logical reasoning the British are known for, it really works, young stripling.
The victim was shot in that little room on Fresno Street and died instantly. I'm afraid it's the prosecution's claim. That's the only fairy tale here. Oh! How can you say that? Quite simply, because that claim contradicts a certain piece of evidence in our possession.
Very tantalizing, counsel. I think you had better explain yourself to the court.
The prosecution claims that Inspector Gregson died instantly when he was shot at the scene in Fresno Street. But this evidence clearly contradicts that claim. Wait, what? Okay, one person went to visit him. Okay, one person went to visit him. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I need a little bit of thinking time. Hold on. Ow!
Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Carl got him. Okay, okay, let's put this together. The victim was shot in the little room on Fresno Street and died instantly. I'm afraid that it's the prosecution's claim that it's a fairy tale. Quite simply, because your claim contradicts a certain piece of evidence. Hold on, I'm also going to get more water because I need a little bit of thinking time. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. So hear me out here. Kazuma is saying that, oh, he was shot and died instantly. That's all. Right? Now, however, this is one of the harder ones. Yeah, this is definitely a more tricky one. But however, we know that there was some sort of struggle where Kazuma had to pull out his sword. So it wasn't as simple as just a random one gunshot and that's that. There was actually some sort of weird struggle going on. So I think it's Gregson's trunk.
Take that!
You are dumb. You are so very, very dumb.
Perhaps my Japanese friend's inexplicable thinking is why people think Japanese people are dumb. You're Japanese too. Use my 15 IQ. Okay. Was the victim killed in the room on Fresno Street, or was he moved after his death? There's one piece of evidence that we have that shows the answer to the question surprisingly clearly. Perhaps you should try to present the correct one this time. Oh no! Kazuma is developing internalized racism against the Japanese. Are you going to try again? Or can't you hold your hand steady enough to point it out? Susanna was like, maybe you should just get good. The prosecution claims that Inspector Gregson died instantly. But this evidence clearly contradicts that claim. Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb here. And this one is a little bit more obscure. Okay, this piece of evidence is a little bit more obscure. I'm not sure you remember this, but this was a while back when we were Barack Obama influenced him. Thanks, Obama. Okay, but what a pot kettle. How's it going, Mystery? Okay, I said this a while back when we were back in chapter 4. But in chapter 4, I noted something very interesting. I noted that where's Gregson's autopsy report? He was shot in the chest at close range. If you're shot in the chest, you mean case not sure, close enough. If you're shot in the chest, like bam, right here. Oh, do you know what happens? Even if the bullet goes cleanly out the back, you still do you know how much force that is? That is a lot of freaking force. And it fires you backwards. Right? So, if he was shot, he would have been thrown backwards. Recoil? I mean, recoil refers to the shooter, but I guess it could also refer to the victim. I don't know. Have I been shot in the chest before? No, I've shot someone in the... Wait. Yes, I was shot in the chest. Yeah, I was the victim. Knockback? Yeah, knockback. Knockback, exactly. If you guys have ever played... if you guys have ever played one of those, like... Which one is it? Yeah, if you guys have ever played one of those, like stupid, like... If you guys have ever played Mario versus Rabbids... and you see Luigi fire his sniper rifle at one of the rabbits, and the rabbit goes and falls backwards. Right? However, my boy Gregson is all like, man, I got shot in the stomach. Oh, I better hold on to that stomach, because that's where I keep all my fish and chips. I'm gonna present Mario as evidence. So, obviously, the fact that he's all curled up like this contradicts the fact that he was shot at point blank and killed instantly.
Take that!
The photograph of the victim in the very location you claim he wasn't killed.
Yes, but the point is, my man ain't doing... my man ain't T-posing backwards.
He's right. Whenever someone is shot, they ragdoll. But he didn't ragdoll. He was posed like that.
If Inspector Gregson had been shot there in that room, it's out of the question. His body would be curled up like that!
I'm sorry to disappoint, but your logic is flawed.
They all crumple up like a pencil. Why was he not ragdolling? Why was he not stuck in the wall and bouncing up and down like other video games?
He could have easily adopted fetal position.
Is that how you spell fetal? I thought fetal was spelled F-E-E-T-A-L. Feet-ol. I like feet. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? What? That was a Freudian slip. Yeah. You have this principle in your fan case. Wait. Oh, and like you wrote a fan. That's you'll have to like link that to me at some point. We know. I never said that. I never.
He could have easily adopted the fetal position due to the pain of the shot.
Objection!
Never said that. Never said anything about feet. Sorry to disappoint you, Judge Jigoku, but it's your logic that's flawed.
What?
Foetal or foetus. Wait, you can spell fetus as foetus? Wait, really? Okay, so we know Iris was definitely a foetus.
What?
According to the autopsy, the victim died instantly. The final boss is European spelling. Why are we talking about colors? But the autopsy report says color. He would have felt no pain, much less have been able to draw himself into that position. Similar to color versus color. Which begs the question of why the victim's body is curled up, Though the answer should be abundantly clear by now.
You're suggesting
the inspector's body took on that posture ahead of time to fit inside the luggage, and where it developed rigor mortis. Oh my! Before it was coldly turned out on the floor from the inside of a large travel trunk. No. You're quite right. The shape of the body. It looks exactly as if it had been kept in a confined space. Judge Jigoku, present your trunk for examination. I believe it's very possible it will contain traces of the victim's blood. That's right. Make up an excuse. Come on. Go on. Go on. I'll disprove that too. Come on. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. I had respect for you because you weren't like the old scraggly big bearded judge like all the other games. You were like a Japanese like braided beard judge. But it turns out the big bearded judges are the only ones that are trustworthy. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Big Beard. I will always love my big bearded judges. That's right, get angry.
Present my trunk. I refuse.
What? On what grounds?
I am the Minister of Foreign Affairs from the Empire of Japan. I shouldn't have to put up with this treatment because of some stripling's baseless accusations.
In other words, Judge Jigoku, there's blood in your trunk.
I decline to answer. As the Minister of Foreign Affairs,
Objection!
At this moment, you ain't no big important minister. You a little boy in the UK. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your status is outside of this courtroom. You will not withhold information. Nothing is more important than the truth.
Order! Well, Mr. Jigoku, what will it be?
We will never have another non-fluffy bearded judge ever again. You can't be serious.
You did it! Have you no shame at all, Kazuma Asoki?
Kazuma, I told you to let me handle this. And then you were all like, I'm going to disprove you. It's time to eat some dessert, baby. And this dessert's going to be flavored with a little bit of just.
Very well. I admit it. I brought Inspector's body into the country. Inside my trunk. Exactly as postulated by defense.
What?
You, dear God, outrageous.
You're getting flashbacks to the just dessert saga.
No, I admit to nothing more than what I have said. Of killing the man, I certainly have no recollection.
Kazuma, I told you to let me handle this, and you didn't let me handle this, and you know exactly what's about to come.
What on earth is that cryptic statement? I merely disposed of Inspector's body in order to avoid unwanted attention. As judicial assistant over there point out, I had no chance to throw in ocean. So, I decide only option to bring into Britain with me and dispose somewhere else.
You still can't deny it. If you didn't do it, who on earth did?
As you know, there was one other person in my cabin that night. He had the opportunity. Moreover, he had already accepted a mission to take the inspector's life.
Oh, butts.
That's right! I don't care if snitches get stitches! It was you! Kazuma Hasoke!
I never thought you'd stoop this low. Seishiro Jigoku.
You've taken words straight out of my mouth, Prosecutor Kazuma Asogi.
Meanwhile, on the defense's side. So, do we all agree that it wasn't, Barak Van Zeeks? Are we all good with that? Who is Barak Van Zeeks again? Who?
You thought by leaving body in my cabin, you could pin crime on me, didn't you?
Well, the prosecution counsel has already admitted to visiting the witness's cabin.
Oh, to visiting the witness's cabin on the night in question. Yes, on an assassination mission, no less. You wouldn't. I would! What do you make of that, young stripling? You heard testimony, and that's all I have to say on matter. I admit nothing more.
Wow. Families are complicated, aren't they?
They sure are, Susato.
Counsel for the defense. What is your position? The court awaits your response.
My position is that my client, Barak Van Zeeks, is not guilty, so can we make that verdict now?
The assertion on the night in question, the victim's assailant was Kazuma Asogi.
This isn't the dead end it seems to be. The answer's right in front of me. It comes down to Jigoku or Kazuma. Both of them had the opportunity to kill Gregson, but only one of them did it. Actually, that's not true, Ryunosuke. We could have also taken turns. I stabbed him once, and then he did, and then I did again, and then he did again. And I'm one step away from proving who. Very well. The defense is ready to respond. The idea that the victim's murderer was committed by Prosecutor Asogi is... It's time to save his ass. Judge Jigoku, let me remind you of something you said only a few minutes ago. He didn't have that many stab wounds. 28! Oh, man. You claim that the logical reasoning in the future is the future of the judicial process. We shared hands. We both held the knife together. No, we both held the gun as we pulled the trigger.
It is no question.
Well, logical reasoning can prove something here. Namely, it would have been impossible for Prosecutor Asogi to commit the crime. Let's save my BFF, baby.
What?
After I've betrayed you over and over again, you continue to try to save me.
The court will only accept an argument that is supported by compelling evidence. So present what you have. Counsel! What proof is there that allegedly demonstrates the impossibility of Prosecutor Asogi's involvement?
Homies gotta look out for homies. That's right. No matter how much of a piece of crap they are, no matter how much of a goddamn mofo my bro is, we gotta look out for the bros!
Take that!
This itinerary for crew members of the SS Groose, my lord. This is conclusive proof.
An itinerary. A piece of paper. How does this prove anything?
No matter how stupid he is. Judge Jigoku, the moment you acknowledge that you found the victim's body in your cabin, this itinerary became much more significant.
What? Why?
The night in question, as always, a crewman's sentry was on guard outside your cabin door. As long as he was there, nobody could have fired a shot inside the cabin. Absolutely. Because it's inconceivable that the guard wouldn't have heard it. So that tells us a crime must have taken place when the guard was elsewhere. And that narrows it down to the 20 minutes just after 10 o'clock, as indicated on the itinerary.
I see no flaw in your reasoning thus far.
But the crucial point is this. When did the evacuation drill take place? The steamship had already been put to sea from the port of Dunkirk. Now, clearly the murderer could have only been committed by someone who was aboard the vessel. But Prosecutor Asogi stated in yesterday's proceedings, I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life, so I left Gregson and disembarked the ship. I spent that night in a boarding house. It had a lot of rats. They reminded me of you, Ryunosuke. While I may be just a rat to my best friend Kazuma Asogi, I'm sure the court will agree that this is conclusive proof that Kazuma Asogi couldn't have possibly carried out the killing! Ah! Oh! 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 Oh!
Absolutely not! I do not accept at all!
What do you mean?
Boy is just saying to exonerate himself! We cannot trust he really disembarked vessel! Obviously, after he left my cabin, he hid himself nearby on steamship. Just waiting. Wait for
Objection.
chance to come.
No, that's out of the question. My boy has witnesses and evidence somewhere in France. Let's go get him, baby. Isn't it, Kazuma? As the defense rightly recalls, I disembarked the vessel and spent the night in a boarding house on Dunkirk. As I said yesterday, I signed my name on the register book. All extremely easy to verify. An undeniable proof. No. There's no escape this time. You can forget that you're a judge or a government minister. It's time you gave an honest answer to the court. As a common man. You killed Inspector Tobias Gregson. You transported his corpse back to Britain. Then you dumped the body in the room on Fresno Street and made it look as if the murder happened there. That's what really happened, isn't it? Seishiro Jingoku!
It was that trial 10 years ago. Looking back now, my fate was decided. I was doomed already! It's over. My life is over.
He broke the stand again. Excellent. Well, thank you. God damn. When things finally come together, oh my god, they are some of the most intense moments ever. Yeah, oh my god. Add it to the tally of broken stands. We only have one tally, so we'll add it to Van Zeex's. Wait, what?
A British assassin to eliminate Professor in Japan. A Japanese assassin to eliminate a detective in Britain.
That's man. Oh, thank you, Kiowa.
Both assassins will use diplomatic immunity to evade conviction and return safely to homeland.
The broken desk was only concept art. Oh, they actually removed the stand.
The assassin exchange request arrived from Britain 1 year ago. Hardly a request, it was demand.
And for that, you decided to recruit Mr. Asoki. But things didn't go according to plan. A 15-year-old Russian girl happened to accidentally kill your own assassin. Dang. Kazuma, you weren't really cut out to be an assassin, were you? Okay, look, Ryunosuke, you could shut it. Your assassin never made it to Britain. And you found yourself unable to dispatch the replacement. The kitten was the true assassin. The kitten was the replacement assassin. And all this happened because Kazuma wouldn't eat chicken. The kitten was sent by Iris. He was the very first Wogger Hound. And you were unable to send a replacement. Because I was there on my way to Britain. And also the professor because of student debt. That is actually... There are so many interesting plot points here. The whole Enoch Drebber thing happened because school is too expensive. God damn. And then there was, you know, they used diplomatic immunity, except Kazuma just died on the ship. And then Sholmes happened to be on the... I don't know if it was a coincidence that Sholmes happened to be on the same steamship as Kazuma. I expect it's a coincidence, but then again, Sholmes sometimes uses more than 5% of his brain, and then that's when you have to be careful. So maybe he was using 100% of his brain at the time. And then we got frickin' McGilded, and Eggs Benedict did the moves like Jagger, except then after that Drebber inherited the moves like Jagger. But then we realized the person who was Jagger all along was actually Miko Toba. Moral of the story, eat your chicken. And there are better ways to pay for student loans than grape robbing. Moves like Jagged. It turns out...
I have a confession, Susato. I was Jagger all along. The moves like Jagger, they were my moves. That left me with only one option for carrying out obligation. To eliminate the mark myself. Personally.
The moves like Eugen.
Of course, but single opportunity.
Iris and Susato. I'm telling you, Susato is probably... Oh wait, they never caught Jane the Ripper. I'm just going to remind you. International Forensic Science Symposium.
That's right. I decided it would be safest to carry out plan before arrival. So I enlist help of British counterpart. And made arrangements for pretext that would take Inspector to Dunkirk.
Dang! So, Inspector Gregson trying to kill Jigoku was actually the premise to kill him. What the frick? So Strongheart, let's be real, it's Strongheart. Strongheart told Gregson to kill Jigoku so Jigoku could kill Gregson. What the frick? Am I saying Susato was Jane the Ripper? I'm not saying that she wasn't. You gotta sleep. Have a great night. Jigoku said, no, he really did. I'm gonna kill ya.
No, you. To lure in man, he was given sham mission by Reaper.
What? The Reaper? But there's only one person who could have done that. The mastermind of the entire operation. The Reaper. Yes, the Reaper. Are you saying the Reaper is the Reaper? I suppose I could have rephrased that a little bit better. So the assassin exchange it was planned by the Reaper? Slim Shammy, of course.
I am not at liberty to say about British counterparts.
The Reaper being the Reaper. It was perfectly plausible. That was obviously how you were going to kill Sage.
Anyway,
Inspector accept Reaper mission and dutifully infiltrate my cabin on steamship. But all trap designed to lead him to France and his own death.
How awful.
It was past 9 when I returned from my cabin from the dining hall.
How's it going, Will?
I didn't give him time to attack me. I choked him till he lost consciousness. But there was guard just outside door, so I left that for time being. Even slightest noise might have aroused suspicion. I buy time. I wait.
For the 20 minutes after 10 o'clock.
I intend to finish off by strangulation, but moments before I have chance, he suddenly came round and went for me in reckless move.
Bang! See?
I received British issue guns 16 years earlier, being member of judiciary as visiting student. I'd never imagine I use it for something like this. So this revolver belongs to you, does it?
Right, because the old ones don't have serial numbers. And the victim was killed inside your cabin on the SS Groose. Which begs the question. Why did you arrange his body to be discovered in Fresno Street?
The young judicial assistant over there already answered question. No way I could take body up to deck and throw over side. That is precisely where old crewmen are gathered for the evacuation drill. So before first class cabin sentry return, I took corpse into refrigerator room.
You do realize how much disease is going to get on the food. And then on arriving to Dover, you concealed the body in your trunk.
I knew I needed to take steps if police were to be convinced when body was found in London.
In that case, you must have known. You must have had intimate details of Inspector Gregson's intended schedule.
My British counterpart sent me everything I needed. Inspector was due at Fresno Street at 5 o'clock afternoon in order to meet man by name of Hugh Jazz.
I never expected Hugh Jazz's name to come back.
From whom he would take back his police identification.
Wait, they knew about that too? Right, because the person would be the Reaper. So he would know what Gregson was doing in order to get his alibi.
I decide that man will be perfect person to set up as culprit. I took a hackney carriage over there with the body still in my trunk.
That must have been just after we took this photograph with you at the hotel.
Yes, I wasn't expecting a welcoming committee. I was more than a little nervous. But only Ryunosuke looks nervous. On Fresno Street, I spot a young girl selling little firecracker.
The beautiful, wonderful, lovely, absolutely gorgeous, precious love of my life, Miss Venus, of course.
I conceive of candle tricks then and there. I don simple disguise and approach the girl to buy firecracker to replicate gunshot.
And overall troublesome. And kind of a liar. What sort of disguise?
For some reason, Inspector... I put on my carrot top disguise. Although I drew more attention to myself in that than I would have otherwise.
The hairpiece we found at the scene. The inspector had it ready for the Red-Headed League.
I only arrived in my room around 4:45, so I quickly placed body on floor, moved notice board, set up candle, arranged so firecracker would go off with bang around 15 minutes later. So that Mr. Jazz, who was due to arrive at 5, would walk straight into a trap. Except, at last moment, I make careless blunder.
What was that? I imagine it was the bag of fish and chips.
I didn't notice that had fallen out of overcoat pocket when I moved to refrigeration room. I put it back in pocket following morning, but seems warmth of heated cabin accelerate decay of fish.
That's right. No fish and chips gets past Maria Gori.
Anyway, that is. Everything. All sorted details of what I did. Oh, warida. I've heard enough. We've arrived at the truth of the murder of one of the country's most capable and respected police investigators.
We caught the big bad. Ah, right, we're done. Let's go.
The witness will be tried in the coming days. For a crime of such vile nature, you can expect the most severe penalty.
Thanks for coming, Mystery. An exchange of assassins. What a really dumb idea. Actually, it's not that dumb. It actually kind of worked. I take it back. Mr. Jigoku. One last detail. Who was your counterpart in Britain? Who was the mastermind? Come on. You are literally about to get executed. You might as well say it with your last breath. Your dying breath, man. Come on. Is it time to snitch? Is it time to snitch? Nothing you say now can make matters any worse for you. Tell us.
Enough! I already told you. I cannot say.
Even though as things stand, you may very well never set foot in your homeland again. Or, you may even never set foot on the ground next month.
What are you waiting for? Get this over with now! It is finished. All of it. I am finished. Then in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I now pronounce the findings of this court. This man before us has admitted to the willful murder of Tobias Gregson. I am a firebender. Seishiro Jigoku. It is the opinion of this court that you should be found guilty.
Can I remind you, this is actually inappropriate. We're here for the trial of Baroque van Zieks. This literally has nothing to do with anything right now. Just, you can pronounce him guilty in next week's trial when he's on trial. But you know what? You know what? Sure, fine.
And may I remind all those present of the strict confidentiality demanded by this court.
Anyone going to object? Anyone? Come on. No one? No one? No one's objecting? What about the professor? What about the professor? The Reaper is still at large, guys! I mean, don't get me wrong. Baroque von Zieks is innocent. That's really all we needed. Strongheart just wanted to show off fire bending. Imagine he accidentally gave Baroque a guilty. He's like, oh, wait, this was a trial for Baroque. But I've already declared guilty, so sorry, Baroque, you're guilty now.
Moments ago, Mr. Jigoku signed a written confession admitting to the murder of Inspector Gregson and the subsequent conveyance of the body. In short, the defendant's innocence has been therefore established beyond doubt.
Kazuma? Is Kazuma planning something?
Wonderful. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah, thank you.
Is something wrong?
I'm just a little troubled by his silence. He has no thoughts. It's like you go into his blue text and it's like, monkeys.
The true identity of the Reaper of the Bailey and this extraordinary assassin exchange. We do remain in the dark about these mysteries. However, insofar as the indictment brought against the defendant, we have reached a conclusion.
He's thinking about how much he hates chicken. Chicken nuggets and chicken tenders and chicken breast and chicken thigh and grilled chicken and fried chicken.
I have every intention of pursuing both mysteries. As a prosecutor. As you wish. Now for the formal education.
How's it going, Sauron?
A chicken stroganoff.
The prosecution calls for education to be deferred.
Counsel.
The accused's innocence hasn't fully been established at all. Actually, yes, it has. This is the case for Tobias Gregson's murder. You can't just say, "Oh, by the way, this is also the case for the Reaper." No, you gotta open up a new court case for that. You know what? Never mind. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'll let him burn the food. Go on, go cook, please cook away. And therefore, it would be wrong to deliver a verdict at this time. That is the prosecution's unwavering position.
Really, bro? Really, bro?
Nevertheless, Barack Obama Van Zieks has committed crimes for which he must be punished. Strong heart.
Yes, really, bro. Well, it would appear that the bros have information about the court prosecution, Asogi.
Certainly. The murder of Inspector Gregson was actually carried out by Seishiro Jigoku.
As much as I love you, you're kind of a bitch.
But it's clear from the witness testimony that he was coerced into complying with the plot. Into this sick, merciless assassin exchange. That may be true, but, so what I want to know is who coerced Jigoku? Who was pulling the strings? And don't say Iris. We'll never catch Iris. Okay, well, if it wasn't Iris, then... The victim went to France, having been ordered on a mission for the Reaper, only to be murdered. In other words, the mastermind behind the assassin exchange is someone in a position to give that order. As we've already established, the Reaper himself. Yeah, Strongheart is kind of a piece of crap, and like, yeah, when the first time you're playing this is also what is it? Kazuma's kind of a bitch.
Well, certainly. That would appear to follow. We will stop eating anything in this courtroom.
The prosecution hereby formally accuses the man in the dock. You can't just randomly accuse someone halfway into a court case. You actually gotta... You know what? I'll let him have this. I'll let him have this. Of being the Reaper of the Bailey. And furthermore, I'm gonna prove his guilt beyond all reasonable doubt. Ow!
Why did you punch me? Order!
I know Strongheart is 100% evil. He's like 10,000% evil. It's like the moment I saw him, I was like, yeah, he's probably the final boss.
The Reaper of the Bailey is a long-standing mystery in court. Are you suggesting we have some new information with which to build a case?
Scotland Yard's already been investigating Lord Van Zieks very thoroughly. It says here in my big book of everything. And they found nothing whatsoever. At least nothing to substantiate the claim.
Perhaps. But circumstances are now changing. What do you mean? It's already been established that the assassin exchange was negotiated with Jigoku by the Reaper himself. Which means we now have a new line of questioning by which to identify definitively the man's identity. That is the prosecution's intention here.
I must say I'm surprised by quite how tenacious you appear to want to besmirch my name. I raised you, boy. I forced you to sit in the corner for your own discipline. I gave you your bottles when you were crying. I allowed you to sleep in my bed when you were scared of nightmares at night.
I checked your closet for monsters when you were afraid. And now you besmirch my name. You're guilty for an unforgivable crime, Lord Van Zieks. And I will bring you to justice, whatever it takes. That explains Kazuma's silence before. You'll stop at nothing to finish what Lord Van Zieks unwittingly started 10 years ago.
Very well. Whilst it is extremely irregular, we have already broken 364 different laws in this one trial. So, what is another? The defendant will disclose any and all involvement he has had with the Reaper and the Assassin Exchange.
I thank you, my lord, for guiding the court so wisely.
I hereby declare this court to be in session for a supplementary hearing. Pray turn a blind eye to the discourtesy, as I verify that this vile and unremitting accusation hasn't soured the contents of my not-so-hallowed chalice at the moment.
Lord Van Zieks, your legs!
I first had to suffer the pseudonym of the Reaper 10 years ago now. And ever since, I've endured the weight of implied guilt that it's gone with. But the weight has been great for my glutes. So I welcome the chance to testify and crush those allegations once and for all.
Good. Then let justice decide. Father. The prosecution seeks to begin building its case by calling the accused to the stand as the primary witness, in order that he may answer the accusation brought by the prosecution that he is the Reaper of the Bailey.
And what say the defense?
Putting the defendant in the witness stand can be extremely dangerous. And Kazuma-sama is so emotional at the moment, he might literally take out his sword and cut him in two.
You're right. He's not himself. But I knew it would be like this. And I came here today to face him through whatever might arise. As a lawyer. And as his friend.
Then we do what we must.
The defense is no objection, my lord. I mean, I would consult with the client first.
Defendant, take the stand and give formal testimony on the subject of your involvement with the Reaper and the Assassination Exchange. As you wish, my lord. Will male Strongheart ever find a true fire-bending master? Find out next time.
Finally, I can watch the stream. Oh my goodness. This was... I mean, we kind of expected Seishiro to be the killer, but we didn't expect it to go like... Oh my goodness. You're excited. I cannot wait for the next one. We have 1 or 2 more episodes. It looks like we probably have 1 or 2 more episodes. because we're essentially starting a completely new case, which now I understand why they separated this into chapters 4 and 5, but it's like, dang, this was like 3 different cases. This was like the redheaded case. This was the redhead case. This was the Vigil case. Redhead cases. So this was the Vigil case, the Gregson case, and the Professor case. Wait, no. The Vigil case, the Gregson case, the Reaper case, and the Professor case. That's 4 different cases. But I cannot wait to nail him. I cannot wait to nail Strongheart. Strongheart will be like, "You have no evidence left," and I'll be like, "Nah." And then after that, we'll hear in the background, dun 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 dun. God, the pursuit themes are great. The pursuit themes are always good. And I gotta say, this pursuit theme, this pursuit theme for Great Ace Attorney, is so, it sounds so freaking confident. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. I'm so sorry. Karaoke stream. Do I wish Great Attorney had spirit channeling? I think every Ace Attorney so far has kind of had their own thing, and I like the fact that it focuses on it instead of going too out of their way to like try to put in too many things. It's like, you know what they say, right? Too many cooks, right? Yeah, like if there's too many cooks, right? Like I think it does well with what it has, and in this game, the thing they have is jury and multiple witnesses. And I think they do that really well. And although I will say the multiple witnesses is kind of makes the game a little bit easier because the answer is usually just given to you when the witness goes like, wait, hold on a second. But like, it's kind of fun. Like, a game doesn't need to be hard to be fun. And imagine channeling Genshin Impact. Oh my god, that would be kind of silly. But it's like, from what I understand, like, Apollo Justice, they didn't have as much spirit channeling. I mean, they did have the Magatama lock thing at the very end, just for like the fun of it. But for but like in Apollo Justice, they had the whole, detecting people's lies or detecting people being nervous, that type of thing. It's like, they'd had different things. I remember that one, what was it? There was the reporter who started sweating. Oh god. Oh, gross. Stares at Spirit of Justice. I heard Spirit of Justice has like 20 different things, but you know what? That's okay. We don't talk about Brushel. Brushel actually ended up being kind of a chill dude. It's just, unfortunately, like when we first meet him, he was like, oh god. Yeah, Brushel actually ended up being a chill dude in the end. Think spirit channeling could have been interesting, because that could be a hint of Kazuma not being dead. I mean, that was kind of used as a hint in one of the cases in Phoenix Wright, right? So yeah, that could have been, but I think I think it probably, if they had spirit channeling, it'd be like there'd be too many things to think about. I think one of the reasons why some games do so well, and one of the reasons why I think this game is so good, is because it knows what it is and it knows what it isn't. And I always say this about all games and all movies and all forms of media and art. The best things, the best types of games are the ones, or the best types of really anything, are the ones that know what they are and know what they aren't. It's like, I don't want to play like if I'm playing a game to like you know, beat up a whole bunch of, like, if I'm playing a beat 'em up game, I don't want to also play, I don't know, Animal Crossing. You know what I mean? It's like this is a beat 'em up game, but you also want to give presents to your neighbors and, you know, make sure you talk to them, and you also gotta pay off the debt. So make sure it's that type of thing, right? He also happens to look like an actual. I mean, he does look kind of creepy. Brushel does look a little bit icky. Brushel does look icky, but you know that's kind of his point. That's kind of the point. You need an angsty fanfiction of channeling Clint. Oh dang! But who would channel him? Would it be Susato? I mean, who are Maya's ancestors? I don't know. But yeah, long story short, the best games are the ones that know what they are and know what they aren't. So it's like, if you're playing a game where it's like, you know, this is a detective game, you don't want to add so many things. Oh, we should also do this and that and this and this and this and this and this. It's like, no, just make it straightforward. And like, you know, this is a game. The Great Ace Attorney is a game about interviewing people, functionally. It's about interviewing people and seeing people interact with others. And that's kind of the entirety of The Great Ace Attorney. And I think it does it really well, because they try really hard to make sure it's good. Amy Faye would be dead by now? Wait, I thought Amy Faye... Oh, how old is Amy Faye? I have no idea. Hold on. I also got to make sure I save the game. Let me just save the game real quick before I accidentally misclick something. Okay, there we go. Amy Faye was at least a few hundred years back. Wait, who's Amy Faye? Do you mean I am? Or I do like the Japanese version, right? In Japanese, she's called Kyoko, but when the thing is put together, she's Kodomo. It's like, oh, what do you think of Kyoko? You mean the child? Kodomo literally means child. When they reverse her name, it's literally just child. I also like how Iris is out here going like, look, I invented the cell phone, and meanwhile Pearl is computer. Computer? What is computer, Mr. Nicky? Imagine Naruhodo getting drafted for Dub 1. I think he'd be too old. Right? I don't know. That would be scary, man. Because you have to think about what is it? The Naruhodo's dealing with World War I and then World War II, and then the nuclear bomb, and then, oh man. Dang, yeah, you gotta, like, I try not to think too hard about the actual history, because let's be real here. Where is Phoenix's hometown? Is it Japan? Or is it Los Angeles? All we know is he was born in 1992. Oh, wow. I didn't even know. Dang, he's a 90s baby? God dang. My boy's a 90s baby. Oh, damn. Man. I love this series. I love the Phoenix Wright series. It is so good at doing what it does well so well. Like, that is what it does. It's like, one thing I love about these kind of visual novel type of things is like sometimes they're silly, sometimes they're stupid, especially like the, you know, the Phoenix Wright series. But they do the thing that they do so well, and then they don't try to do anything unnecessary. And that is, by the way, the key to making a good anything. Good art, good movies, good music. You do what you do, and you do it really well, and you don't do anything else. You don't try to mess with anything that has nothing to do with it. Can you imagine if, like, you were playing Phoenix Wright, but in between, like, investigations, you had to play, like, a Pizza Hut management simulator? Oh. Well, that was a tough day in court. Now I gotta head to my other side job. Mr. Wright, we have $674. What should we spend it on? We should spend it on the franchise and So basically the Leighton Cross. Papa Lawyers. Yeah, it's like if Phoenix Wright was created in if Phoenix Wright was written using the stupid American millennial style writing, it would be like, "Hi, I'm Phoenix Wright. I run a law firm / pizza restaurant. With my adoptive daughter, who is a psychic magician who is on the hunt for the greatest burger pizza." If Phoenix Wright was written by stupid millennial writing of today, that's what Phoenix Wright would be like. What zany hijinks will we get into next? And then even worse, there would be a dating minigame. But no. But even worse, it wouldn't be a dating minigame with all the girls. It would be a dating minigame for Larry Butts, Miles Edgeworth, Von Karma, and Gumshoe. That would be the dating minigame. You'd be talking to Gumshoe and you're like, "Hey, you got me my favorite cup noodles." And it'd be like, show a little heart next to him, like, it's like, heart up. There's already an Edgeworth minigame. Oh no. I mean, you're not wrong. You're totally right, by the way. And then there'd be like an option to date Pearl, except it wouldn't be like a date. It would be like that awkward like half date because she's a child. So, but like they had to include her because she was a popular character, and so it'd be like super awkward. It's like and she'd be all like, "I love you, Nikki," and like everyone would feel uncomfortable about it, except the game developer or the writer, who would be like, "No, this needs to be in the game." That would be millennial Phoenix Wright. Why do you think of that? Why does every developer find a way to put that in the game? And do you know what the worst part is? They put that in the game and they do it for the purpose of like female empowerment. It's like, it's freaking 8-year-old. Pearl's theme song is the best. Pearl's theme song is absolutely the best. Either that, or like, it would either be that, or you would have like a pizza mini game where you could like hire certain waiters, and Pearl would be like one of the managers. And she would have like 0 for selling power, but 100 for customer retention or something like that because everyone loves her. Oh, I cannot wait. I actually don't know if Pearl's even in the Apollo Justice series. I hope she is. I'm kind of curious to know what she looks like as an adult. Around then, she should be 18, right? Yeah, so she would be an adult. I'm kind of curious to see what she'd be like as an adult. Like, what type of job would she work? Dang. She'd be 18. Oh, what? Like, she'd be legal to work, man. That's crazy. Do I want an answer? No, we'll discover it. She'd be a pearl diver. Oh my god. But no, like Millennial Phoenix Wright would have so many like unnecessary minigames. You know, a lot of people say like, oh, I really like the Yakuza series. And like, why do you like the Yakuza series? It's so many unnecessary minigames. And like, no, because Yakuza knows what it is and knows what it isn't. Yakuza knows what it is. So not only do they make unnecessary minigames, they go as hard as possible on unnecessary minigames because that is literally their thing. That is the game. And so they do it and they do it really, really well. It's not like a game like, I don't know, like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter's about fighting monsters. But, oh, by the way, you gotta go to your 9 to 5 and you gotta make sure you, what is it? You submit your reports. And so there's like a mini game about like managing the monsters that work at your factory or something like that. It's like, that's completely unnecessary because this is a game about fighting monsters. But Yakuza is literally a game about being over the top and zany and ridiculous. So it's like, yes, of course they have minigames because that's literally the point of the game. So always, a game is good if it knows what it is and knows what it isn't. I'm actually even in the camp of like, even if a game I think would be good and like if even though it has unnecessary things, I always make a point to say like, no, I'm not gonna buy that. And the reason why is because if there's unnecessary stuff, that means the game is more expensive than it needs to be. Long story short. I know a person who likes Yakuza for that. Exactly! Because that's literally the point of the game. Also, how's it going, Meep? Resident Evil isn't about... Also, isn't about being a horrible condo tenant. Resident Evil is about big, beautiful vampire ladies. Ah, Lady Demetress. She's a vampire, right? I don't think she's like a vampire. I think she just eats people. Resident Evil is about big. Actually, you know, you're kind of right. It's just literally about like massive zombie monsters. It's like the actual like zombies themselves are not scary. They're kind of idiots. Gloriagas plagas! Gloriagas plagas! Castlevania? Oh my goodness. I mean, Castlevania was a good game. I'm not a big fan of the Metroid Castlevania style games, but if you are, those are good games. The Mensch is best. All I know is the Mensch is best. Jill and Ashley had big personalities. Oh my, I hated Ashley so much. I'm going to be real with you. I couldn't simpo for Ashley. It was too hard. I tried so hard to simpo for Ashley. I couldn't do it because freaking I hate her so much. Oh no! Leon, help! I've never actually played a Resident Evil with Jill Valentine. What kind of birds do I like? That's a good question. As an American, my first instinct is the bald eagle, baby. America! As a... I like hummingbirds. I like sparrows. Swans are pretty cool, except swans can be really... No, those are geese. Swans are fine. Geese are angry as heck. Crows are nice. They take your clothing hangers. Geese will generally... Yeah, they pick a fight for fun. They're just like, I'm gonna go harass people today. Honey, are you going out to harass people? Yeah, it's what I do. I better get going, guys. I need to get dinner. But thanks so much for hanging out with me. Yeah, I can't wait. What is it? Next stream will be super fun. Because we'll see what happens next. Will we be able to catch Iris? I doubt it. But we'll catch Strongheart, who is the next best. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Okay, just one more day and then I will get to stream again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. You have any quests for me? I will see you all next time.